It's an honor to present this brief video report to friends and colleagues at this 2021 Follow District Conference. Being together at Deerhurst was Plan A. However, we are very grateful for the hospitality of Pastor Jonathan Smith and his team here at One Church in Agincourt hosting us for this online conference. The calling on each of our lives is to be a follower and to make followers of Jesus. Training and equipping the saints is an increasingly complex challenge in an increasingly complex world. And so we remain postured with the understanding that you can do it and we can help you do it. Every member of our district ministry team understands that when we make our ministry your ministry, then we have a ministry. It's not about us, it's about you, and we are here because you're there. We acknowledge and celebrate the rich cultural diversity across Eastern Ontario and Nunavut. The gospel is being preached in 13 different languages, with many more cultures represented and impacted. We're also addressing the significant demographic shifts, both with the aging of the boomer generation and the maturing of the millennial generation and every generation in between. A significant leadership shift is underway. And while 80% of Canadians still live in cities, many people are leaving cities and populating rural communities. These trends are creating new and promising ministry opportunities in both urban and rural contexts. Today, Jason, David, and I will all be sharing about our 4 ministry priorities. I'm going to touch on why these things matter, and then Jason and David will share about how these things are being accomplished. First, healthy churches. The best descriptor of a healthy church is that it is on mission, bearing fruit and making disciples. We've learned together that it is easy for church life to devolve into the management of ministries, policies, and systems that may no longer be effective. Pre-COVID, we knew that 74% of our churches were plateaued or in decline. And as we were processing that reality, COVID hit. Suddenly, every church was forced to change. Every church experienced disruption from what had been normal. Suddenly, we weren't doing all the good things we had been doing. And along with the challenges of it, COVID provided us with an opportunity to evaluate everything through a missional lens. I know that 2020 has been an incredibly stressful year, and we're not through this thing yet. But we have this opportunity for assessment, and sometimes good things need to be sacrificed for the sake of effective things. Church health requires objective assessment. David, Jason, and I remain available to you, and we're assisted significantly by our church health coach, Frank Patrick. I also commend our specialized ministry directors and members of the district executive as capable and resourceful discipleship partners. And both district camps at Ottawa Valley and Lakeshore help local churches to mature disciples within our Pentecostal tradition. On the subject of our camps, they are both making plans for the upcoming 21 season, while both are also managing necessary environmental upgrades to better serve future generations. Lakeshore in particular has broken ground on the first phase of an upgrade to its water and sanitary system. The camp has raised $1 million in cash, and the balance needed of up to another $2 million can be resourced from within the organization and will be paid back by the camp over the next few years. We are very thankful for fiscal health in our camps and across all aspects of the district ministry. You'll hear David share about this a little bit more. Our next priority is multiplication. We call every healthy church to reproduce itself by planting, partnering, or providing for a new disciple-making community. As 2021 began, we celebrated 27 satellite expressions established in relationship with 130 existing self-governing assemblies. These are young and developing assemblies being nurtured in relationship. But every healthy church in our district can multiply. The key, of course, is that new life be sustainable, and so we do it in relationship. As I mentioned, you're going to hear more about our finances this afternoon, and we're thankful we have a capacity that enables us to resource and support new life. Pastor, I encourage you to multiply. And when your church is ready, we are ready to invest. In fact, we have money set aside that hasn't yet been accessed. We are ripe for creative multiplication across Eastern Ontario Nunavut District. A third priority is developing leaders. As I mentioned a moment ago, while the passing of time has brought with it significant generational shifts, we must continue to train Pentecostal leaders in Eastern Canada. And friends, a renewed call to making disciples includes a renewed call to preaching and teaching about the call. The call of God on every person to be effective and obedient followers of Jesus, from salvation through to the maturation of the disciple. This is certainly true for those called into vocational ministry, but there is a call on every life. Every disciple can make a difference. And the opportunities for marketplace ministry are growing, as are the opportunities created by boomers stepping back and moving over from full-time pastoral ministry. Masters College in Peterborough and Masters Pentecostal Seminary in Toronto is effectively producing Pentecostal leaders. Our French Language College, Institut Biblique de Québec, is also effectively producing Pentecostal leaders, as is the Aboriginal Bible Academy in Deseronto. Our schools need and deserve our continued support. And of course, your financial support for the district ministry allows us to generously fund and resource our training institutions and leadership development initiatives. In just the past 6 months, we've been able to assist Masters with a debt matching gift of an additional $100,000 to match donations of $100,000 given by generous private donors. The result, Masters is addressing its historic indebtedness with the view to a strong and sustainable future. So thank you for believing in the future, and thank you for leaning in to support the training for leaders for today and tomorrow. Last, but perhaps of primary importance, we endeavor to care for you, the caregiver. Your district ministry team is committed to delivering meaningful care for you. You're the caregiver. We are available to you whenever you call on us. We know again that we're here because you're there. I want to say a special thank you to Wendy for her love and support in so many ways, including serving as our Ministry Wives Director and volunteering behind the scenes leading up to this conference. David Blakely and Jason Luscombe are gifted leaders and both so good at what they do. I'm proud to call them colleagues and friends, and along with their wives, Kathy and Colleen, Wendy and I are privileged to do this together on a committed team. I want to thank my assistant Cheryl Rogers, who keeps me on track, manages our office and admin team, and interfaces with you on a regular basis. Cheryl dedicates many hours of extra effort negotiating our contract with Deerhurst Resort and coordinating conferences. I'm grateful too for each of the members of the district executive who also serve you as presbyters, and also for the men and women who form the district office and district camps ministry teams. They are committed to caring, serving, and supporting you and our EOND churches. My time's up. Wendy and I love you. It is our joy and honor to serve you as your district pastor.